truest forms of terror is a lack of autonomy. In other words, helplessness. The loss of control when it comes to your fate. You see, we long for control over our lives, and the idea that our future is in the hands of someone who could not care less is terrifying. Sure, not everyone consciously seeks power. Not everyone displays pleasure at being superior. You might not even have a fixation on victory, but no one settles for defeat. That's how it goes when you face another person, the enemy, the opposition. Your main goal would be, of course, to come out on the top. But what happens when that's not the case? Try answering this. How do you defeat yourself? Now let's see. If you win, does that mean you're weak? If you lose, does that mean you're strong? Don't take it too literal though. It's one of those famous debates that you've probably heard from the internet. The answers would usually be fun and entertaining, such as fighting them head on, calling a truce, or even bribing them with free food. And still many more. Yet, if you did, as I asked earlier, by now you probably have a rough idea for an answer. Why, you may ask? Well, because it's you. Be honest. You probably have that one embarrassing thing you did as a child that still haunts you to this day. Or the dumbfounded realization of why was I struggling with this when opening up old homework assignment. If you can relate to them, then you can agree that all of these examples translate to the confidence of saying, I would have handled that differently. That's because you now know where you did wrong and can tell the best solution to the problem. As humans, we want to be better. We've tasted a little bit of merit and advancement, so we seek to find more of this, and the only way is to boost ourselves. People want to be good and beneficial. Especially when you are deemed valuable, you feel secure. However, let's be real here. In real life, we're probably not going to come across another version of ourselves. It's very unlikely, and if this quote-unquote twin does exist, it would be unsettling. That a person who knows all your weakness, strength, ways of thinking, flaws, and every aspect that is there exist as your opposition. Scary, wouldn't it? Now, Emmanuel Truche and his three cognitive scientist colleagues published a paper titled The Selective Laziness of Reasoning. I know it's very out of the blue, but their study can be a very fascinating example of the scary opposition real-life counter. To explain, participants in two experiments were asked to answer reasoning problems and then evaluate the arguments of others. Unknown to them, their arguments would be presented among the list as if it was someone else. Long story short, their study suggests that people use harsher standards when they judge others than when they support their own claims. Ladies and gentlemen, we've established that we want to be better, but let's also take in the possibility that we might unconsciously be going easy on ourselves. We're aware that yes, we are imperfect beings, but also think that yes, we're competent enough to examine others. See, this is the beauty of our main question at the beginning. If we can convince our minds to put ourselves as another, we can face them with a new perspective. That means new intelligence, new precision, new sharpness, and a new understanding. If one can judge themselves like how they do with others, they can achieve anything. Unfortunately, by nature or not, we tend to favor ourselves. So objective self-introspection seems out of question. But it is not the end for us. There are still some actions both you and I can do. And one of them is this thing called improvement. Like what Steve Harvey once said, success is no easy procedure. It's unpleasant. We must become comfortable being uncomfortable by getting educated, starting small, and letting perfection go. Contrary to popular belief, I don't believe in surpassing our limits. Pushing yourself beyond what you're capable of is reckless. Going past what your body and mind can handle is not only harmful but also not going to help you. An effort is necessary for progress, but do it the proper way. It is in raising your limitation that one can call improvement. We're humans with our feet on the ground. You're not going to sprout wings and fly just because it's a dream of yours. When we put effort into something new, it won't always be perfect. But chances are we'll make a few mistakes here and there. But know that it's all a part of the process. It just means that you have to harden your ambitions a bit, accept reality, acknowledge your restraints, and go at it again. So, how to win against yourself? The answer is you don't. You can and just might be your biggest obstacle. Yet at the very same time, you improve for yourself as the person who knows you best. I am Renata Panarajawane, and there's no denying nor ignoring that improvement takes courage and commitment. So I'm doing it for me. How about you?